What's going on, Lions Den family, and welcome back to the channel. Before we get into the video today, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications. That way you know anytime that I post or go live. And also, I want you to leave a comment below. God is stretching me. But let's go ahead and get into the video.
Walking like I talk it, yeah, I walk it. Yeah. Flowers never grow without some water.
Welcome back again to the channel, Lions Den family. It's truly a blessing. It's a blessing to be before you all again on this Motivational Monday as we talk from the topic, when God stretches you. Before we get deep into the conversation, I want to encourage us with this. I know that it's easy and that it's normal for us to, as we're leading up to the new year, to begin to make all these lists of things that we're going to do differently, how we're going to change, how we're going to be a better man, better woman, how we're going to do things differently, only for us to cross over into the new year and for us to still be the same and still doing the same things. What that comes from is a place of failing to allow God to stretch you. And also from a place of you being comfortable, you being complacent, and you being trapped inside of pockets of your life that you have built such a comfort zone to where you don't want to escape from because you're afraid of either getting hurt or you're afraid of what may be on the other side of that comfort. So when we think about when God stretches you, I want to share a little example with my life, right? So for majority of my life, I've been a person who hasn't always easily trusted, right? I've either been skeptical, suspicious, or cautious of people, places, and things that God has either allowed me to experience or that I have come across in life, right? And being that way, what it does is that it shuts you off to so many opportunities, and it locks you into this mindset that people are out to get you rather than people are out to either help you or to be a blessing, or people are just out to just be in your life and just to have a good time, right? And so when I moved here to San Diego, there was something that had happened in my life to where God had ended up challenging me to come outside of my box. And he said to me, he said that in order for things to be different, or in order for things to change or to move the way that I want them to move, I'm going to need you to come out of you, and I'm going to need you to move how I am going to tell you to move. And so God began to challenge me to get out and to begin to make these face-to-face connections and to talk to people, to be more involved, in my career and in the things that, that I do in my day-to-day life. And in doing that, it has literally broken me out of my introverted shell, right? To where I find myself being more open. I find myself doing things that I never used to do. For example, I would connect with people, but I wouldn't necessarily keep up with people. I wouldn't necessarily keep the connection alive. It was either that we talk when we talk, or I seen you when I seen you, or if there was no connection from you, or no talking from you, then there was no talking from me. And I was more than okay with that, right? But God challenged me to get away from that mindset, because what it was doing was that it was keeping me away from opportunities that God was presenting to my life. And where I am now at in my life, and the connections that God is building in my life, and I know that it's God, because the things that he's promising and that he's been speaking on my life is starting to come to fruition. It's starting to happen, all because I'm choosing to allow God to stretch me. And I'm no longer finding comfort in the pockets of my life or in the boxes that I have limited myself to in my life of being introverted, closed off, and being to myself, and being in those places of being cautious, suspicious, and all of those things like that, right? And so in me following God, I'm starting to see a difference in my life. I'm starting to see how I'm becoming more open, right? And this is what comes with stretching. It's not all bad, right? Because there is a part of when God is stretching you where it feels like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go. I don't want that. It's like this tug of war, right? But on the other side of that, it's a blessing, because you start to see, wait, life isn't so bad. It isn't so bad doing these things that I once thought negatively about, right? It isn't so bad being more outgoing or stretching myself beyond what I will always stretch myself, or the cap that I will put on my life. And you start to see these things to where it encourages you, hey, God, if you've been stretching me and this is what the outcome have been, stretch me even more. I'm willing to do more. I'm willing to show up more. I'm willing to give more. I'm willing to be more, right? And it puts you in that place. But as long as you keep those other mindsets, you'll never understand it or see it that way. And so that's what I want to tackle today. And that's what I want to talk to you about and encourage you about, even in your life and in your journey. I want you to think about this in your life. Where have you limited yourself? Where have you even limited God and moving in your life or operating in your life? I want you to think about that for a moment. Now that you got that in your head and you're thinking about that exact thing, yes, that exact thing right there, I want you on this week, I want you to do the opposite of what you have always done. I want you to think beyond what you have always thought. And I want you to show up for your life. And I want you to be obedient to God. I want you to move out of that headspace. And I want you to do things a little differently. I want you to try something different. And you doing that, I promise you that you're going to see a different outcome in your life. You're going to feel better. You're going to want to do more and everything, right? And so I thank God for this message. I thank God for this opportunity to be here before you all to encourage you to never be afraid of being stretched by God. When God comes to stretch you, that means that he wants to add more to you. That means that he has something greater and better in store for you and in mind for you. And in order for you to get to that place, you got to be willing to let go of you and receive all that God is. I'll leave you with this. God told me, and he's been telling me since last year, he said, be more open. Open your mind, open your hands, open your heart, open your life, and receive. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I want you to do as well. So even though, again, when God stretches you, it may feel a little uncomfortable, but I want you to know there's nothing wrong with being uncomfortable. God bless y'all. God keep y'all and cover y'all. Again, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let me know some things that you are looking to be stretched out of this year. In Jesus' name, but God bless y'all. And as I always like to say, be encouraged, get inspired, and stay uplifted.
Wisdom is for free, but yet it's overpriced. And I never seen success happen overnight.